Hola amigos, what is up? This is Townsfiraga, and welcome back to Anthony Banthony, the Skater Manthony. It is time to play as some more Rad Skatetrix. Actually, there's 3 Rad Skatetrixes. As you can probably tell, some recordings didn't exactly take, so there were a little bit of problems. I did have to replay through the entire game over again. And you'll also notice, whoa, we've got 2 stat points out of the blue. That's because I forgot to start the audio recording for this session until, like, now. So in other words, I'm an idiot. But that's okay. We can be an idiot. Let's just allot those tricks and get into our next stage, Burnside. You can see the bronze medal there, you can see the stat points there. I do have footage of actually showing off the stat points in question, so you won't miss them. Actually, because they're in pretty obvious spots too. Like, there's nothing that you have to do something super fancy for, like in the skate park one. They're actually both in very easy to reach spots. The first one is going to be over in this kind of green bowl here. I'm gonna showcase where that would be. It would be over in here, so right where I'm ollieing, it would be right there. And the second one is actually right next to this Fennec graffiti. It would be right there. And now that I've shown where the 2 stat points would be, how about we get to doing some combos? Everything's going to be a little bit more difficult in this stage, but there is actually a spot that you can still do a full infinite grind. And it's actually this eyeball dome right here. Started off with a special grind and just continue along, keep the balance gauge proper, or run into a fence, that works too. A decent amount of points, but we're going to need to beat Leo and Steve there. Thankfully, the game always gives you 3 heats. And if I feel like I'm not doing well, there's always the restart button. This recording's fucked anyway, so I may as well. Let's try that again. Quite what I meant to do. The problem I have with this eyeball dome is that it's a bowl, rather. It's not a dome, it's a concave dome. Also known as a bowl. The problem I have with that is that it's pretty easy to do lip tricks. Speaking of lip tricks, this shelf right here, I have no idea why, but in the failed recording sessions, even when I was going dead on that, I was having so much trouble actually, like, getting it to be a lip trick. Like, it just wanted to be a grind, and I don't know why, but it kept throwing me off to the side for a grind. And it was really weird. There we go, alright, we're making up for it. We just need to get... Well, if I can get a perfect score here, we can. That's gonna require like 200,000 points without a bail, which is definitely doable. The maximum score you can get from any one of these heats, or from the judges anyway, is 99.9. But that requires that you do a lot of things right. And we might not be doing a lot of things right. I want to grind. Thank you. We might want to just go for the 900. Try for some flatland tricks here. Not too bad, not too bad. And I think that was enough to actually... Yeah, there we go. Got the gold. You win the gold! you'd actually win like 600 or like 500 or 600 prize money if you did it the first time. But since this is not the first time on this PS4, we only got 80 instead, which is fine. Alright, I may have looked... God, I can't even speak right now. I'm so excited about Rad Skatetrix. Yeah, I may have made Burnside look easy, but don't worry. We have the hard stage now. Streets is probably... Well, no, actually, I think Downhill Jam is the hardest stage of the Tony Hawk's 1 campaign. This has some mean stuff, but it's not too bad. It does still have some mean stuff, though. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So you can see our goals right there. The score challenges: wreck 5 cop cars, collect skate, collect 5 life preservers, nose grab the hubba gap, 5-0 around the fountain, and get the secret tape. So let's load in. This is another pretty looking stage, too. I mean, San Francisco, so I guess it's supposed to look pretty, but... I like the architecture, I like how sunny and bright it is. It's a good looking stage. Which means I'm going to fail all of my tricks horribly. Especially when it comes to getting the secret tape. You guys are gonna see the mean location it is. Okay, that might not look too mean at first, but trust me, it's mean. Speaking of mean, first cop car is right behind you. The first stat point of the stage and the first life preserver are up on this raised area as well. Get this. I mean, it's not that tricky, I'm just bad. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the skate letters here. And I'm actually going to go up here. Reason why is because the second skate letter you need, the K, is actually in that building. And you might miss it like I did in the practice. This next stat point. Here's the hubba gap. But unfortunately, we didn't do well enough to nose grab it. You do need to have a little bit of speed. I recommend having your special meter all full in order to actually get that. Or just be really good, which I am not. Alright, as for the remaining letters, they're actually over on the other side here, so let's see if we can get them. They position them in a loop, but since you have to kind of go a roundabout way to get the K, it doesn't feel like a loop. There we go. I'm not gonna make any disparaging comments about pigs or anything, mostly because it's an insult to pigs. We're not gonna get anything done on this run, though. Sloppy landing. Well, you know what? How did that happen? This at least lets us see the lay of the land. And I think part of that was just going for too many goals in one go. So let's try to focus a little bit more on things. I say as I'm immediately going to try to get everything again. A lot of it was also just wasting time. All those wasted years like Iron Maiden. There's the K. See where the S is. Let's try to get this nose grab again. Nope. Mistimed it. We can at least get our special meter up. Alright, you know what? No fucking around with the life preservers. Let's... Oop. That was the hippie van. Let's just go for the letters fight. And that cop car. There's a fun feeling about just destroying the lights on them. was impressive, but that was not the letter we needed. There we go. Alright, we got 3 more cop cars left. 2 more cop cars left. 1 more cop car left. We've also got 2 letters we need to get. That was almost cool, but quite what we want. T is in here. There's also a grind rail that you can use for a big point gap. And the E is actually in this room, with this bowl. And you know what we do when we see a bowl. Baby, it's time to make some pasta. There we go. That was, you know, a pretty decent combo, in all honesty. You know, pretty decent. I think we made up for a little bit of the time we lost in that first run. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking, you know, we did pretty well there. Alright, that's 5 goals. We still need the cop cars, life preservers, the Hubba Gap, 5-0 around the fountain, and the secret tape. But we did unlock the last stage, Roswell. And you know what? Alright, let's actually get these cars. That's 1 car wrecked. This will also grab the life preserver while we're up here. Hopefully that quick turnaround is very useful. Yeah, that seemed a little bit dangerous, but oh well. Let's see if we can... Nope, not quite. Ah, oh, so close. Alright, you know, we'll save you for later, because there's another gap-related one we have here, and that is... 5-0, the fountain. Problem is, how do you do a 5-0? The answer is... not like that. I believe the answer is actually down and grind. Nope, that's a 50-50. Oh no, am I forgetting everything I learned from practice? Oop, there we go. There we go, it's not so bad. It was indeed down and grind. I was just really bad at it. Grab this life preserver. The remaining 2 are... Oh, wait, no, there's one in Chinatown. That's right. Ooh, let's get there fast. Hang on, do I have more speed? Let's just go for a little bit more speed. Nice! There we go. That again just leaves the cop cars. I am trying to go for it and failing miserably. The Hubba Gap, which we know where that is, and the secret tape. So let's go ahead and clean those up. Now that we no longer have to worry about the life preservers, it should be pretty easy. Honestly, I'm glad that I started playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, because, like, it's gotten me back into listening to a lot of music, too. The Tony Hawk games, unfortunately, they're DMCA hell, because pretty much all of the songs are licensed by, like, popular artists and whatnot. Or, no, not really popular art. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But they do go for a fair number of, like, indie groups as well. But one of the big things about it is simply, it's done by real artists. It's real songs that you could possibly hear on the radio. And DMCA no like that. which stinks because there's a lot of really good tracks, even in just this game. Like, they actually greatly expanded the soundtrack for this release, for the HD version of 1 and 2. Because there were a couple of songs from the original releases of 1 and 2 that they couldn't get the rights for. So Vicarious Visions decided, well, you know what? Fuck it, let's just expand the soundtrack even further. So I think this game's soundtrack actually has like 80-something songs on it. It's kind of nutty. It's a little bit bonkers. There we go, Nose Grab the Hubba-Gap, rather. Which I believe leaves just one more goal for us to do. Yeah, that's it. So let's restart this run. Restart run does save things, right? Yes, it does. Okay, thank goodness. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're not playing the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater anymore. We're actually going to play Super Mario Brothers, because this turns into a platform. Not like that, though. Tails, you can edit in a death jingle if you want. You can edit one for that, too. I'm not doing so well. There we go. Catch that on the way down with a grind, and you'll get up here. And up here is actually the path we need to take to get the secret tape. You can actually probably see it in that gazebo over there. Well, we need to make a sick-ass jump onto the gazebo. And the best way to do that is through a big-ass ramp! The problem is, however, it's also very easy to miss, and you only have one shot. This is also where one cool game mechanic, not necessarily one of my favorites, but one kind of cool one is, where you can use grinds to kind of correct yourself if you're going at a weird angle. So like that. That shouldn't be physically possible, but because this is video games, and video games are awesome, it is. So let's try again. Nope. You need to time that perfectly, so let's cue the montage. Never mind, there is no montage. We did it. We did it correctly. Alright. Right, I forgot. I added in new tricks, too. So you actually have 10 different tricks that you can unlock. Or 10 different special trick slots that you can unlock. You probably already saw this in episodes 1 and 2. But I added a few more just to give us a little bit more variety. Means I'm gonna forget about them. But that's neither here nor there. Because we're going to another level that will be difficult to forget. Or, with the Men in Black, very easy to forget. We're going to Roswell. Just some light from Venus reflecting off some swamp gas. Roswell is the last stage of the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 campaign, and it literally takes place in Roswell, New Mexico. Apparently, Area 51 is also a sick skate park. So that's kinda cool. You want to bring your A game with your various combos here, but there is, again, another spot that you can get an unlimited grind. There are also a lot of half pipes for you to, or quarter pipes rather, for you to get 900s or any other large, high-scoring trick in. Now, this is the infinite grind spot, but if you're going too fast, because it's octagonal rather than round, the game can actually throw you off. So you want to be a bit careful about that. Also, I I can show this ramp off here. This spot where I just jumped, that is where the Vicarious Visions logo for the stage would be if I hadn't already collected it on a previous attempt. Ooh, nice. Alright, so as you can see, pretty high scores all around. We didn't get the perfect, the 99.9. That's gonna be a score that's pretty difficult to beat. So how about for this heat, we actually grab the 2 stat points. The first one, as you can see, is pretty obvious. You just need to actually grab it and not be a dumbass like I am. And the second one is actually inside this hangar. There's a restricted area that features a lovely little bowl where you can get the second stat point. Do some more manuals and whatnot. And even see a UFO right there. Now there is another cool area of the stage that you can go to as well. This restricted area, which features an actual goddamn alien. They did it. The US government actually found aliens. And they've been covering it up. This grind, and decent combo, alright. Going with high scores here. You know what? No, I'm not gonna rest on my laurels. I'm not going to say, so we've pretty much got it here, because knowing me, I'm going to screw something up. I know that about myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to give the third heat an honest-to-God clown college try. And by that I mean we are going to do a lot of flatlands tricks. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, that just kind of throws you off sometimes. I don't know why it physically just throws you into the abyss, but it does. It does that. Tony Hawk has some weird things, as this footage that I might be splicing in of me falling through the world, might show. But the jank is part of the charm. Alright, so since our lowest score there was 93.886, I think we did pretty well. There we go, you win the gold! Now, if you were doing this for your first time on the system, you would also see this screen pop up. Future Tales, you're going to have my back with a lot of editing, but this screen will show up, showing that you've cleared Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. I believe you also get 600 prize money for clearing Roswell the first time. And the only reason I even have that screen saved is because it's tied to an achievement for obviously clearing all of Tony Hawk 1. So we've got 4 stat points left we can allot. I'm gonna max out our big jumping stats here and then start to work a little bit more on our balances. There we go. So as you can see now, Rad Skatetrix is indeed a professional skater. He's an incredible man. But you know what he isn't? He's not a pro skater too. We're done with all the Pro Skater 1 levels. But that's only half the game. It's called Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for a reason, and that's because all the levels from 2 are also in this game as well. So next time, we're going to be starting up the hangar, and hopefully making a little bit more progress in Tony Hawk 2. So I'll see you guys later. This is Tales for Raga signing out. Thank you guys for watching, and remember to stay rad.